All right, I'm gonna get right into this. This should be a good video. This is about. We're gonna take it a bit back, but it's for the current time, and it's a bit about. We're gonna talk about how, not how, but feeling things. Okay, when you feel something, how you feel something, and whatnot. But before I do that, I'm gonna go back to something I said before. I talked about birthdays and how I never had a birthday party ever. And I wanted to talk about that. So I've talked about, I never had a birthday. I always thought I was gonna become a bum when I got older, to be very honest. Because I felt like there was some kind of switch that just wasn't going off for me. But anyways, that's all aside. I don't want to defend any of that. What I do want to tell you is that when you're a kid, or when I was a kid, it was kind of cool. When you become an older kid, like when you're formally like a teenager, it's actually kind of cool to not have a birthday party. I know that sounds really, really weird. It's actually kind of cool. Most kids, 99% of kids would disagree with me. 1% of kids would agree with me. And it's not necessarily a 1% that relate to me. It's just, they'll agree that it's cool to just not have a birthday. Because every kid is having a birthday. And talking about how exciting their birthday party was and that you never have one. Now, and to be very honest with you, did I ever feel something on my birthday? Did it feel relevant to me in any way? Absolutely not. I'm not ruling it out. I'll definitely have birthday parties in the future, but have I ever felt something special that day outside? No. Okay. Now this is very relevant to what I'm talking about. What was yeah, so we were talking about that was cool. And then, when you're a kid, becoming a bum is supposed to be cool. Okay. And, I'm not going to go, I can really source this so well for you, but I'm not going to do that. But, that's how we thought when we were kids, because when you're a kid, what do you dread? You dread homework, you dread assignments, you dread studying, you dread when you have to stand in front of the class and do a presentation in front of the class, you dread tests, you dread exams. You just dread going to school. When you're not in school and you can play video games or you can do some kind of sport or have fun, all you can think about is how much school sucks. And I'll be honest with you, the only part of school that I ever liked was gym class. And that's it. And it wasn't that I was a jock or anything. It was just that I was almost like scientifically interested in sporting. As much as being athletically involved in it, I almost like being scientific about it. There was something that appealed to me about sporting activity, especially as a young kid or a teenager. Sporting activity just, like, my body just felt nicer. My brain felt nicer. I felt better about myself. I didn't need to smoke weed or to do anything bad when I was a kid, because I was constant, like I told you, anyway, that's not important, but my body just felt better and I felt better. And that was a science. Like, they do a little bit of health class with gym classes where they teach you about sporting and stuff and the health parts of your body. And really, you feel healthier when you do stuff like that. Like, I can't, even if I was to go in and like, dude, physical activity is very important. And to be very honest with you, weights and stuff, I mean, it's essential. But if you really want to, apply yourself, you need to do any kind of, you could literally just hit the ping pong ball around, and that can be a sport. Okay, anyways, we'll get done with that. But that's, that's what, we'll get done with that. That's explained. Now I'll get into what I'm talking about. You know what, man? No, I really don't care whether something's very formal, genuine, whatever it is. But I'll tell you, I could feel it when my dead time was up, man. When my dead time was up, I felt like a dude without a home my whole life. And when my dead time was up, I felt like I came home to the block. Like, I just came home to the block, and there weren't a lot of people. There were a few people, but it was as if that was my welcome home party. You know what I mean? Like, I've already had my welcome home party. When my dead time finished, it's like I went back to the block. And no, I did it. So let's say I was in Buffalo, New York, which I've told you I've been there at least 10 or 12 times. if not like 20 times. I've been to Buffalo, New York a shitload of times I can't even count. You know what I mean? I've been there a lot. Anyways, the point is, it's like me going from Buffalo, New York, and I'm telling you just genuinely how I felt. It's not like I went back to Buffalo, New York, you know, and there's certain things over there, but it's not like I went there for my party. It's like I went to New York City, man. It's like I went to fucking New York City, and not to a particular block. I know they got boroughs and blocks and all that. No, not to a particular block. I went to New York City to go to a special place, to eat and drink with a few special people who were welcoming me back after doing dead time or after doing my time. That's how I felt. Now, let's be, okay. I mean, you get what I'm saying. I wasn't you see what I'm saying, I didn't take my phone and go, let me take selfies, and because that's not how it happened. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But that's how I felt. That's how I genuinely felt. Like, I truly felt like, dude, my dead time was done. Just a few guys and me. We go to a private spot, nobody really knows about, somewhere in New York City. We go somewhere in New York City to a private spot. There's some really good food. Did I actually have the food in my stomach or anything like that? No! I'm talking about how I felt. I felt like I actually ate food, went in my stomach, and I felt good. You know what I mean? And that was my welcoming home party. Dude, you're out and you're home. And we want you to know that you're here. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. When I felt like my dead time was over. Did I ever feel anything special on my birthday? No, other than formality. To me, birthdays were only a formality. I'll give you an example. Like on one of my birthdays, I literally went and got my license, my driving license. I got 2 days after my birthday. Okay, 2 days after my birthday, I went and I took a driving test and I passed it. And I got a driver's license and I was able to drive by myself. Okay, so that was really cool. But that was just a formality. Formally when I turned 18, I could do this. Formally when I turned 19, I could go to a nightclub. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about genuinely how I feel. Genuinely, I feel like I'm right on the block, man. That's how I feel. Genuinely, I feel like I'm somewhere in New York, hanging around the blocks, not even just hanging around, and doing my thing in New York without me being in New York, but actually feeling like I'm in New York on the block, doing my thing, active. All right. You see, if I say more to this, it's only gonna just decay it. Even though decay is a long-term thing. And anyways, I'm done. All right.